Rolling with the triple C, I'ma make them bend the knee. Rolling with the triple C, don't really count the heat.
So Alexa Grasso and Valentina Shevchenko was just announced. Guys, if there's anybody that Valentina Shevchenko would have a hard time with, her name is Alexa Grasso. We saw that she had a hard time with the Brazilian in her last fight, and a lot of people thought she lost, including myself. And I'm here to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And I was going for Valentina. But that being said, she's fighting a Mexican fighter with that Mexican spirit as the Mexican warrior, as what Alexa Grasso is. Alexa Grasso has heavy hands. Super, super heavy hands. Doesn't matter if you have Muay Thai. When somebody has the heavy hands of boxing that she does, if Valentina decides to box or throw hands with Alexa Grasso has the ability to literally put her out. I've seen this girl. I've been out with this girl. I felt the power of what she has. Look at what she's done in her top, her last opponents, what she's been able to do. But the only thing that I will say that does make Valentina Shevchenko a little different is the fact that Valentina Shevchenko does have different tools. She does. If Valentina Shevchenko fights the way she fought Jessica Andrade, I think Valentina gets it done. For the simple fact that she's gonna pretty much put her sword away and come out with two knives and find a different way to beat her. But if she does decide to strike with Alexa Grasso, or if it just stays on the feet, I'm going Alexa Grasso all the time. One thing that does scare me about Alexa Grasso a little bit is her stance. She's too much in that boxing stance, and she leads too far out with that lead leg. If Valentina's able to chop that lead leg down, it could also be easy money for her. But if there's anybody right now that can beat Valentina Shevchenko that has power, it is Alexa Grasso. Counter punching, her defense is here. I mean, Valentina's gonna have to find different loopholes or different ways to be able to beat a girl like Alexa Grasso. What you got for me, Michael?
No, yeah, and so you obviously thought in the Shevchenko-Taila Santos fight, you thought Shevchenko lost. So going into this, do you think this title fight makes sense, or would you have liked to seen a rematch with Taila Santos? I'm a little surprised. I'm not sure if she's injured or what's going on there, but I think she did enough to earn a rematch.
No, of course, but this is Santos did deserve the rematch 100%. But you know what happens when you don't get the rematch? Is you keep your mouth shut. You don't promote it. You don't fight for it. You know what I'm saying? You don't build a storyline around it. So a lot of you guys who are probably watching this and you understand why didn't Taila Santos get another rematch is because they're too quiet. They don't understand the social media business. They don't understand selling a fight. Shame on Taila Santos for not getting your rematch. Shame on her in the way of, you got to fight for it. You can't just be a warrior. Like, get away from mixed martial arts mentality or the so-called Bruce Lee way. This isn't that. This is a competition. And Talia, as much as I'm a fan of you, I'm kind of upset with you because that was your shot. That was your title. Your title slipped away for the simple fact that you didn't sell the fight. You didn't open your mouth. You didn't create a storyline. For that reason, you're going up against another tough girl that who knows if you can win. You lose that fight, who knows where up the ladder you're going to end up going, and it's just not good for Taila Santos. But somebody like Alexa Grasso just sneaked in for the simple fact that Taila Santos didn't say anything to her. Saying one time she got robbed isn't enough. And you guys will easily learn that. If you guys haven't learned from Triple C or Chael Sonnen, how's it that he got the John Jones fight? Guys, and then who's off? You know who's off? Are the people who are not getting title shots.
Yeah, and also on that card is rumored. So we already know John Jones, Cyril Gane is the main event. And then we also have this other title fight, Grasso and Shevchenko. But now this third title fight is being rumored, Amanda Nunes versus Irene Aldana, who's also a Mexican contender. So what do you think of that matchup?
If both Valentina and Amanda Nunes decide to strike with these girls, they're both going to lose. These girls have power, man. These girls, that's all they do. They focus so much on boxing and heavy power that if they land, they're going to hurt you. Amanda Nunes is going to have to take this girl down. Same thing, kick the front leg or use the wrestling. But if she decides to strike, I can see Irene Aldana easily winning that fight. Power, we've seen Amanda Nunes get hurt. And these girls come conditioned. They come conditioned. And if there's one fight that I feel like somebody could pull the upset here, I'm going to have to say it's going to be Aldana. Because Aldana, her defense has gotten good. Both of them in reality. But these are two underdogs that really have a high probability of literally winning these fights. Because sometimes you don't know if the champions are going to be stubborn enough to just keep it there. Because if they keep it in that striking war, and if they don't kick and they don't wrestle and they don't use all the other tools that they have, against two solid girls that have Mexican-style boxing, if they decide to fight like that, I promise you they will lose.
So final question, will we see 3 new Mexican UFC champions by the end of February when we also have Yair Rodriguez versus Josh Emmett? Do you think there's a possibility of that?
Yeah, Yair for sure is going to win that fight. Yair is so gifted. He's, in my opinion, he's the... I'm not even sure if he's an underdog in that. I think he's a favorite in that fight. But I see Yair winning the interim, and then it's up in the air for both of these girls. But could they take the upset? 100%. Is this the toughest matchup for Valentina and Amanda Nunes? Just based on if they don't use their tactics and they just strike, they will lose these fights. These girls are extremely, extremely tough, and they come from a good school of boxing where they dedicate again to boxing with power, and that's what's going to make these girls dangerous. So thank you guys again for watching. It means a lot to me. So you guys remember, there's more breakdown, there's more technique, there's more tactics, and there's definitely more cringe. So make sure to subscribe and click on that button. I'm out!